You get me singing today. Coming through with the strength in you. Dun, 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 dun. Coming through with the strength in you. Yeah, you. Hey, coming through with the strength in you. What it do, boo? Coming through with the strength in you. You made it. Good job. Strength in you. Coming through. Strengthen you coming through. Hey, boo. You got it live and in action. That is actually my intro song that I made. But because I had to go do some personal things yesterday, I didn't get to do what I needed to do. So you caught it live with your girl this morning. Happy Monday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Straight talk in the building. If you are here, that means you're breathing and blessed by the best. You made it through to because you got something to do. It's something bigger than you that you were meant to do and you had no idea. But you was graced with breath. So that means we have opportunity. Let's talk. That's what it's all about. Because when you talk, you get to learn. And when you learn, you get to move the way you need to move. Do what's necessary. Because you can't know what you don't, I mean, you can't do what you don't know. So that's what this is all about. Number one is education, inspiration, motivation, salutations, all the good stuff, all the tations. But we are talking about burnout today. Burnout being a badge of honor, because it's not. And so often, especially as a Black woman, we have been bred to put others' needs before our own. And sometimes it completely just burns you out. And that's your body's way of saying, okay, I can't do no more. My nervous system just cannot take any more stuff to do. And oftentimes we think being there, being a support system, being there for everybody is a good thing. And it is a good thing. But everything is about balance. And it's so important that you learn how to balance your time, your energy, your everything, because too much of anything is bad for you. Too much water, too much salt, too much sugar, if you don't balance it out, it becomes a nuisance to your body, to your system, to your brain, to your energy. And then you find yourself in a place of resentment and regret. And why even do all that? And, all the things that we find ourselves thinking. Because I know I've definitely been one of those people where I, I wouldn't say overcommit, but I'm going to say overcommitted because I was trying to be a good friend and I was trying to be a good sister and I was trying to be a good support, but I wasn't being good to me. And my body was saying, I can't do what you want me to do, but you keep putting things on your plate. And so I had to be honest and say, no, I can't. And that is something that is hard for a lot of us to do because we're so busy wanting to people please, or we want to be the strong one, or we want to make sure we are um, the shoulder for somebody to lean on. But you got to remember, even the strong need somebody. They need a shoulder too. We all need what we need. And you can't put what you need off to help somebody else because in doing that, you forget yourself and then you don't end up doing. And this day turns into that day. And that day turns into the next day. And it's just, it constantly builds up. The next thing you know, a week then went by. And then you're like, yeah, I'm going to do it on Monday. Then Monday comes and life is life because life will never stop being life. And you get something else to do. And you find yourself doing that. And again, it's adding to the system and it starts to break you down. And that means not even just helping other people. Because myself, okay, I'm finna talk about myself. The burnout was coming in all my appointments as a stroke survivor. There are so many things to work on in the body, from the mind to the spirit to the arm to the face to the leg to the toes to the fingers to the range to the stretch. It's so many things to work on as a survivor that I had schedules. My schedule was at least 3 or 4 doctor's appointments a day on top of my regular work at the YMCA. And then I'm building my brand and my business. So, of course, you got to make time to do cold calling, to do advertising, to do networking, paperwork, whatever it is it requires. I'm doing it. And so my body started to hurt more than it ever hurts, and it always hurts. So let's be clear. As a stroke survivor, I'm in daily pain. But when it's fatigued and it's burnt out, that's a whole different level. So my knee kept giving out, and my foot wanted to roll, and I had no real control like I had been having over my body. And it came to be that way because I wasn't taking the time to rest my joints, to stretch my muscles, to relax, to not think and just be. I wasn't taking my chair joy. I wasn't doing the things that was keeping me healthy because I had so many appointments on top of appointments. It was like run here, run there. And that's the part where people don't understand. If you have a different ability, you work 30 times as hard as an average person because you got so much you have to do personally, and then you got to do things in the world because life don't stop being life. And I found myself in this burnout, and I was like, oh my God, I don't think I can do anymore. So I had to be honest first and foremost and tell them, like, I can't do any more appointments because my body can't take anymore. My nervous system cannot absorb any more information physically, mentally, spirit. I just couldn't take anymore. And I had to understand that this is the body burning out, saying that I am tired, I'm exhausted. Listen to me. Why is this important? Because when you run a business, oftentimes you just go, 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 go. But there's a point where you have to stop, take a pause, and breathe. I don't know if you realize most of us don't take deep breaths every day. We walk around shallow breathing, quickly doing things in a rush, in a rush. But having stops, just taking that. Be honest. How often do you do that a day? That's so important for your body to understand. I'm okay. I am safe. I don't have to rush. I don't have to do. All I really have to do is take in good breaths. It's so important that we take this time that we forget about with ourselves because we're so busy trying to build a brand, trying to build a business, trying to help others reach their level. But what about yourself? If you're not there for yourself, you can't do nothing for nobody else. So it's important, not just as a person of a different ability, but just as a person, to take time for you. Because self care is the best care. And when we don't self care, that's where that burnout comes in at. Because we continue to go. Because the world is so demanding. It's so demanding. It costs so much just to buy groceries, to pay your bills, that you find yourself having to work extra hard to do what's a necessity for your well being. But a necessity for your well being is your mental and emotional and your spirit. These are the parts we forget about. We feed our bodies physically, but do we feed them mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? Breaths is one of the most important things that you can take time out with to get every day, to remind your body and your brain that I am okay. There's no rush. It's me versus me. I have to balance my life out because the world will demand and command me to keep moving and to keep doing to benefit it. But your world is your temple. So it's not a badge of honor to want to stretch yourself overly thin to benefit the world and those around you. Because who benefiting you? You have to make sure you are taking time out to grow you, to read a book, to listen to your favorite song, to dance in your kitchen, to sing, to call your friends and remind them that you're thinking about them, to remind your family that they're important and that they're valued. These are little small things that really are monumental in balancing your well-being. Because every day you wake up and you just go. Then you come back and you're tired and then you get exhausted. Barely got time for yourself to be okay because you didn't be intentional. We're intentional when we go to work. We're intentional when we got to eat. We're intentional when we got to care for our kids. We're intentional in life. But why are we not intentional in ourselves? Why are we not intentional in our mental, spiritual, and emotional? These are the grounding things that help with our communication. If you burned out internally, what you think gonna come out? You're gonna lash out at people. You're not gonna take what they saying. You're not gonna be able to process it. It's gonna be like wah wah. It's almost gonna be like the Charlie Brown scenario. Wah 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 wah. You're not gonna be able to process it because the burnout is real, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Because you refuse to put in the necessary time for yourself. Take 5 minutes every hour and do something that'll better you, that'll balance you. How about that? Because it's not necessarily about better, because some people, they're content. It's about balance. Life is balance. Why you think you got a sun and a moon? If the sun was out all day, what the world would be burnt up. So we need balance, not only in our world, but in our bodies. You can't just push, 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 and never pause. That's what gives you that pain that ends up turning into a purpose because you didn't pause. So I'm encouraging you to take your time with you. Make you a priority. Yeah, you got a business. Yeah, you got a family. Yeah, you got friends. You got things. You would never not have these things. But it's only one you. And if you're not okay, what you gonna do for these people anyway? Literally nothing. So be intentional with your balance in your body because there's always somewhere to go. There's always something to do. It's always a task or a chore. Adulting is real out here in these streets, okay? Adulting is real. Once you hit that age, you know what it is. So it's going to always be a go. But again, burnout is not a badge. You don't wear it with glory to be like, I did this, not time, and I can't do nothing for me. You better take time to take a bath. You better take time to take a long hot shower. You better take time to go get a massage. You better take time to just sit in silence and sit with the universe. Be still. That's a real thing. You learn a lot in silence. You learn a lot in stillness. When you have nothing else but you and your thoughts. Those are some of the most important things you can do. Be still. Take time for you. Hold yourself accountable to what you're not doing. What can you do to decrease that burnout? Because again, especially if you're a woman, you've been programmed to put everybody's needs before your own. We come last. I did it for years. I came last. And because I didn't have a pot to piss in, because I came last. Never doing nothing for me because by the time the day was over, I mean, by the time it was time to do something for me, the day was already over. So don't keep allowing your days to be over and you didn't take time for yourself. And now, this don't just apply to women. Know that. Because burnout happens in men too. Because they're expected to just be strong. Don't cry. Man up. Just do it. And so many other things that I'm sure they've heard that I don't even know about because I'm a woman. My story was different. But I know burnout exists on both sides of the field. And men are seen as weak when they want to go get a pedicure or it's considered gay or whatever the lingo is now. And it's like, no, it's human. And you deserve to get pampered. You deserve to be valued. You deserve to just woosah for somebody to take care of you. You've taken care of everything. You've been taking care of your family. You've been taking care of your business. You've been taking care of your bills. You've been taking care of the way you talk. You've been taking care of so many different things, but you haven't stopped to take a pause to breathe and take care of you. What does that look like? Do you know? Sometimes we're so busy caring for others that we don't even know ourselves. That's another challenge for you. What's your happy? What brings you peace? What would help decrease some of the stresses that not only your body is dealing with, but your brain and your spirit and your heart? Pain is just not a singular thing. It's multidimensional. And it lives in a lot of places. And the way to rid it or to help it is to know where your peace comes from. Where is your happy? Do you know that? It took for me to find a stroke. To have one, to know where my happy comes from. My happiness comes in helping. My happiness comes in karaoke. My happiness comes in writing. That's my balance. When I'm stressed sometimes, I just go write. Or I go sing and turn on music, my happy. And I go dance in the kitchen to decrease my burnout. Because again, once you become an adult, burnout is easy because life is so damn demanding. Somebody is demanding something from you. A coworker, a friend, family, a boss, a child, a situation, bills is demanding. So burnout comes quite easy and fast if you're not intentional. You must be intentional and balance you out. That's the scary part. Not knowing how. But that's why it's so important to become uncomfortable. Because when you're a little bit uncomfortable, you find things that you didn't know you like, oh, oh, oh. And then you start becoming into who you're meant to be. But when you stay in that comfort zone, you stagnate. You right there. There's no growth. So you have to do some uncomfortable things sometimes to find your balance. Because maybe you haven't found it. You've been caring for people for so long that you don't know what's for you. Because you haven't thought about you long enough to figure out what's for you. So take that step back and pause today. And if you like it, anything that you hear, subscribe, like, share, follow all the things. But take that time and pause today. And do a little self-reflecting. See, we be reflecting on the outside so much, and the world keep us, again, so busy. The news keep us so entangled in chaos of the world drama of things that you can't do nothing about. That the thing that you can do something about, which is your temple and your body and your brain, you don't do nothing about. Because we're too busy scrolling and looking at things that don't fuel us, that don't benefit us, is not conducive. Where is it helping you grow? It's helping piss you off because it's something on there that's reminding you of the turmoil that, again, you can't do nothing about it. All you can do is what you can do. And what you can do first and foremost is balance you out. Don't allow burnout to be a thing and think that it's a badge of honor. It's a stamp. I did it. But did you take care of you? Did you find your happy today? Did you smile today? Did you remember that you were important, that you was necessary, and that you needed? Did 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 any of those things happen? Did you do anything to help you become who you're meant to be? Or did you do something for somebody else again? And then you did something for somebody else again and again and again and all day. Woke up, took care of your kids, took care of your husband, took care of your partner, whatever. Then you went to work, took care of them. Then you took care of the road because you had to make your back safe. Then you had to come back and cook, whatever it had to be. Did you take care of you? You forgot you, didn't you? Get you a little workout in. Turn on you some music. It don't have to be a traditional workout. Dance a little bit. If you don't have no mobility like that, be like a baby and bounce in one place. We were made to move. We're made to do. We're made to balance. Like I said, everything that we do in this world is about balance. So shift your mindset. Don't think that go, 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 go is the way to go. I'm speaking from experience. That's all I got ever. I will only ever talk to you from experience, okay? Because that's literally all I have. I have no more than that. Experience. And my experience has taught me if you overdo and you overcommit and you don't have time for you, you possibly kill yourself because you didn't think about you. And it's so important. I can't stress that enough. Oh, Lord. I didn't tap the screen and made it big some kind of way. I don't know what I did, boo, but anywho, um, this is part of the reason why I talk from lived experience and I like lives because when I make mistakes, I want people to understand that you're human. Nothing is perfect. And while the TV is showing us all these perfect podcasts and they all these great TV shows with those takes and edits, I don't do none of that because again, I'm a person. And I want you to understand that they don't stop because you made a mistake. It's okay. But my whole point of this podcast is number one, to remind you that you're not what you're going through. You're not what happened to you. None of those things define you. Those are the things that's helping to create the person you're meant to be. You're on the way. It's almost there. But you got to take those steps of pause, breathe. Let's do a few together. Matter of fact, let's do 3 good breaths. In for a count of 3. We're going to hold it and breathe out for a count of 5. And you might even realize you haven't been breathing right this whole time. Because if you're not breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, you haven't been taking adequate breaths, which means you haven't been feeding your heart, your body, and your brain the necessary oxygen. So let's just take a moment and have a chair joy. And in this chair joy, I want you to go with wherever your happy place is. It don't have to be a specific place. It can be a place and time. In your childhood, it does not matter. It's yours to do what you will. We're going to have a shared joy and just reflect on a happiness because we still have breath in our body, which means we're here on purpose with purpose. And you're going to take that pause today to figure out part of your purpose, okay? Let's do it. You can close your eyes or whatever you need. In through your nose. Hold it. Out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose. And out through your mouth. On this last one, if you want, give it sound. And personally, I'm going to have to do that again today. And I want you to notice the difference in your body. And understand that a moment of pause and breathing has the impact to change your entire day, especially if you are intentional with it. That's the only way to break burnout, is to recognize it and to be intentional, to do things on purpose, with purpose, for yourself. It's not selfish, it's self-care. You got a right to say, no, I can't. You got a right to say, not today. You got a right to just say no and know that that is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain a thing. You just have to be honest. Be honest within yourself. And be honest to the people who you say you care about. Because you burning yourself out for them ain't going to change them or stop them from doing what they need to do. Because if it's that serious, whatever it is they needed, you ain't the only person they can get to help. So stop putting all this stuff on you. I'm talking to myself at the same time. Because I want to help a community so bad that oftentimes I just do. When it's time to delegate, I can't do it all. I'm a person. And I have limitations, as we all do. Mine is just visible. But any neurodivergent person has a limitation. And actually, any person with breath in their body has a limitation. So I'm here to remind you, don't wear your burnout like it's a badge of honor. Don't allow yourself to even get to that point. Because you're a person. You're not meant to do all those things. So remember, you're here on purpose with purpose. But don't burn yourself out while being here. And remember, it's the journey that you want to learn from. Just keep going forward. Don't stop. Trust it in the process. Always come through with that strength in you, boo. Until next week, I'll see you soon. We hit you with that strength in you. We hit you with that strength in you. You got your motivation, you got your inspiration, you got the fuel to feed, hey, every nation. You came through, We strengthen you. You came through. We strengthen you. You got the fuel to do what you do. Hey, do it true. We strengthen you. Okay.